66 News at 10.
It's been relatively quiet today, just a few isolated showers and storms, but we'll see a possibility of some severe weather as we head into your Tuesday. We'll get to the details and weather.
A woman is using plastic wrap, duct tape, and sandbags. Why she thinks this will save her home when Hurricane Dorian hits.
We just want our baby back home.
We are following a story many of you have been talking about, a toddler possibly sold. We have the details you need to hear. Plus, parents, I think we all remember feeling those back-to-school jitters. Tonight, we are hearing some wise words of advice from one 10-year-old girl.
Covering all of the Flint Bay region, Fox 66 News at 10 starts right now.
It may look rather calm as we look live through our Fox 66 Skynet camera this evening, but we are bracing for storms across mid-Michigan. Meteorologist Elise Dolinar is tracking it all and is here now with what is heading our way.
Well, as you mentioned, Stephanie, right now all is calm, and it's going to remain that way as we head through the overnight, but we are in store for some bigger changes as we head into your Tuesday. We saw some isolated showers and storms earlier. Those are out of the area. It will be dry and quiet, even cool as we head through the overnight. You can see temperatures currently are sitting in the 60s and some low 70s. It's going to be a cooler night with temperatures dropping into the 50s overall. But again, you don't need to worry about any showers or storms while you are sleeping tonight. We'll actually see those clouds clearing out a little bit more, and temperatures will be dropping back into the 50s. North of the Tri-Cities could even see a few upper 40s working their way in. But again, I mentioned the bigger changes as we head through your Tuesday. Right now for the morning commute and the kids heading out to the bus stop tomorrow morning, the morning is looking pretty good. We'll just hold on to extra cloud cover. By closer to lunchtime, though, we've got some more activity rolling through, and notice you've got some showers and thunderstorms arriving once again for the afternoon and evening commute. We'll get to all of the details and the timeline of what you can expect for your Tuesday coming up in just a few minutes.
Well, it is time to check out our chime-in gallery. We did see storm clouds rolling in this evening. You might have heard that rain. I know it came down pretty heavy around our studios. This is a look at US 23 at North Road. This was taken by viewer Angela. Thank you very much for sharing. Pretty crazy looking storm clouds there. And while we do have our own storm to worry about here, Hurricane Dorian is also a big concern still tonight in the south. So far, 5 people have died on the Abaco Islands in the Bahamas. And right now, millions of people are under mandatory evacuation orders all along the East Coast and down into Florida. Elise is here now to show us the track this hurricane is taking and where we expect it to go to next.
Yes, well, there are hurricane warnings along the east coast of Florida. The hurricane, again, right now not moving. It is stationary, but it will begin to turn more to the north as we head into the overnight. We've got high pressure offshore and a trough of low pressure kind of directing it closer onshore. So again, that's going to allow that system to start turning. It will remain as a Category 1, though, as we head into early Tuesday. But watch as it turns. By Wednesday morning, it looks like it's going to be downgrading to a Category 3 hurricane and really missing Florida. The outer bands will be impacting Florida as well as Georgia, but it looks like it's going to be getting a little bit closer to South Carolina as well as North Carolina. In fact, it does look like it could potentially come close to Wilmington, where Florence hit last year this month as a Category 1 hurricane. So we'll be watching that as that gets a little bit closer. But it looks like it could potentially make landfall in the Outer Banks, and then it will become a Category 1 hurricane by Friday afternoon and continue out into the Atlantic.
Well, we have heard of plastic wrapping your food to protect it, even your furniture, but plastic wrapping your home. While many Floridians are getting out fast, one woman went to an extreme to protect her home. Bridget Matters shows us how.
In Hurricanes Matthew and Irma, Davis Shores saw devastating flooding. Many rebuilt their homes on stilts. With Hurricane Dorian churning as a Category 5, people are taking some unique precautions.
We just started out by doing 6 mil plastic all around the house.
Brittany Vidal is plastic wrapping her home, securing it with close to 300 sandbags and duct tape.
I think we're only on roll 3.
She's lived through Matthew and Irma. Her home flooded both storms. Now she's considering raising her home, but trying the plastic wrap for now.
Hopefully our barricade will do something for us this year, but at least we can immediately start getting fans, get things going.
Vidal lives in what is considered Zone A. Zones A and B are made up of close to 149,000 people who were asked to evacuate. Vidal says for now she's staying put.
Well, in Lansing, shelter animals just arrived, as you see here, from Jacksonville, Florida. This is the Capital Area Humane Society. The animals were actually flown to Michigan as the South is bracing for Hurricane Dorian, which we just talked to you about just a minute ago.
We hope that our community opens their arms to these pets and embraces them and gives them the safety and the love they deserve.
And now the final step is to give these dogs rather, a new home in their new state. We could, though, see some more animals from the hurricane coming to Michigan as well. Traveling by air, also a bit difficult right now because of Hurricane Dorian. FlightAware reports more than 1,200 flights have been canceled today in the U.S. At Detroit Metro, we counted 10 arrivals canceled. They were coming from Florida and Puerto Rico. 5 outgoing flights were also canceled.
It's been awful. Everybody's losing sleep over this. Money's being put towards this as a reward for her return safely. We just want our baby back home.
Tonight, we are learning more about a disturbing story here. A lot of you have been talking about out of Pennsylvania. An Amber Alert was issued Saturday for 2-year-old Nalani Johnson. A woman is under arrest, charged with kidnapping that toddler, and the child's family, though, at a loss right now. Aaron Martin has more on this story.
It's been an incredibly emotional and difficult couple of days for Taji Walsh, who just wants to know where her granddaughter, Nalani Johnson, is.
I just float through my day. I don't know. I try not to think because that takes me to a place where I don't really want to go.
The toddler disappeared Saturday evening after her dad got out of a car driven by this woman, Sharina Nancy, on Bryant Drive in Penn Hills. According to the criminal complaint, when he went to get Nalani out of her car seat, Nancy took off with her still inside the car. An Amber Alert went out, and 2.5 hours later, Nancy was pulled over on Rhode Island Road in Penn Hills and arrested. But Nalani and the car seat were nowhere to be found. According to court paperwork, Nancy told investigators she sold the toddler for $10,000, something she claimed was set up by Nalani's father. He spoke only to Channel 11 today.
Everybody's losing sleep over this. Money's being put towards this as a reward for her return safely. We just want our baby back home.
Nancy claims she gave the toddler to 2 women in a silver SUV with out-of-state plates on the side of the road, but investigators have found no evidence of the SUV or the transfer. Nalani's grandmother and father aren't commenting on the investigation, but are actively searching for their child.
She's a sweet girl. I think of her laugh, and she'd run around from you, and we just want her to come back home.
Aaron Martin.
The family is offering a reward for any information leading to the return of Nalani Johnson. The FBI is now involved in the case. Searches are still underway to find the toddler. We have more information about this story on our website, WSMH.com, and that is where you can also find that vehicle in question. Tonight, we are learning about an unfortunate event out of Branch Township where a man riding in the tailgate of a truck fell to his death. The Mason County Sheriff's Office says 47-year-old man was riding with others in the back of a pickup truck when he fell into the road and died. Police say he hit his head on the pavement and died there at the scene. The driver told police his sandal got stuck on the gas pedal. A small plane crashed into a yard today in northern Oakland County, but thankfully those on board survived, which is pretty incredible when we show you the wreckage here. The Oakland County Sheriff says the pilot and passenger both have only minor injuries. This happened at a home off Clarkston Road in Independence Township. The sheriff says the plane caught fire after that crash happened. A veteran is spending the holiday serving others with food. Fox 66's Ron Hilliard found out why this Millington man decided to go back to his roots and give back.
Pedro Catica is a veteran. The Millington man served 6 years with the Marines, but this holiday, he's found a different way to serve.
I was like, what am I going to do with all these brats?
Setting up a food stand at Grand Traverse and University Avenue in Flint.
I did grow up just 1 block over here.
The free brats and hamburgers are ready.
And I cooked these brats, and I'm like, it's Labor Day. What if I have a labor of love to just give back?
It caught the eye of Franklin Richmond.
I seen the sign. I went by and I said, let me go back and see.
He just visited his brother in the hospital. Catica's generosity put a smile on his face.
I think this is wonderful, for people to give back, you know, or just give.
4 hours after Gathika started and nearly 80 brats later, his mission was accomplished.
Bless you, man.
By living down here for a little bit, I knew there was a need to feed people down here, the homeless or whoever was hungry.
He looks like he knows what he's doing there. So, Ron, has he ever done this before?
So Gathika says that he's given out water bottles before, but this is the first time giving out food. Now, keep in mind, a lot of veterans, they also suffer from hunger. According to a Cambridge University study, about 1/4 of them have food insecurity.
Well, it's nice to see him doing that. Thank you so much for sharing that story, Ron. And we keep learning new information about the mass shooting out of West Texas, what the shooter did, police say minutes before his massacre, and an update about one incredible survivor. Plus, time is running out as a search is underway for divers, what they were doing the moment this boat caught fire. And parents, if cold cuts are on your back to school grocery list, we have some potential dangers you need to know about in tonight's Profit Reports.